Argentina once again survived a World Cup night loaded with tension, controversy, and suffering. Lionel Scaloni's national team defeated Egypt 3-2 in the round of 16 and secured its place in the quarterfinals. But the scoreline was not enough to explain everything that happened on the field. It was a rough, emotional, uncomfortable match, the kind that leaves the winner relieved and the loser carrying a kind of anger that is hard to digest. From the start, Argentina tried to take control of the ball, with Messi moving between the lines, with De Paul pushing the team forward, and with the fullbacks trying to gain ground out wide. The world champion looked to impose its usual rhythm. But Egypt did not come out to speculate. It did not simply sit back to resist, nor did it accept the role of victim. The African side understood that in order to compete against Argentina, it needed intensity, organization, and courage. And for long stretches, it managed to do exactly that. Egypt pressed, disrupted passing lanes, forced Argentina to play uncomfortably, and found spaces whenever Salah was able to receive the ball with an advantage. The Egyptian star was a constant threat. He did not always get the ball cleanly, and he did not always find immediate support, but every time he accelerated, he caused concern. Argentina, coming off a very demanding qualification match against Cape Verde, once again found itself facing an opponent that was not intimidated by the weight of the jersey or by Messi's presence. The match opened up with an Argentine move that changed the atmosphere. The goal gave Scaloni some breathing room, but it did not fully break Egypt. On the contrary, Salah's team responded with character, pushed its lines forward, and began to fight the match through intensity. The equalizer came as a result of that persistence. Egypt attacked with conviction, forced mistakes, and showed that it was not willing to say goodbye without fighting until the end. The second half was even hotter. Argentina took the lead again, but Egypt protested several refereeing decisions that were met with gestures of disbelief from both the bench and the players. Some uncalled fouls, a couple of contacts inside the box, and VAR reviews that seemed too quick for one side and too detailed for the other ended up creating the feeling that the match was also being played on another level, the level of suspicion. Egypt equalized again, taking the match to an enormous level of drama. However, Argentina found the third goal at the decisive moment. It did so with hierarchy, with that ability great teams have to strike when the opponent seems to have emotionally balanced the match. The final 3-2 score left Argentina in the quarterfinals, but it also left Egypt with a mix of pride and fury. Pride for having competed as equals, fury for feeling that it did not lose only to a superior opponent, but to a context that, according to its protagonists, never truly felt fair. After the match, Mo Salah spoke in a calm tone, but he was visibly hurt. He did not want to turn his press conference into a scandal, but he also did not try to hide what he felt. His first statement set the tone for everything that would follow. "I'm proud of my teammates, but I'm leaving with a very bitter feeling. I feel Egypt played a huge match and that the result does not reflect everything that happened. Argentina is a fantastic national team. They have incredible players. They have Messi. They have experience. They have hierarchy. Nobody needs to explain how great Argentina is. But precisely because of that, when such a big team also receives decisions that favor them, everything becomes much more difficult for the opponent." Salah was careful with his words, although he did not back down. "I don't want to disrespect Argentina. I don't want people to understand this as us looking for easy excuses. We lost, they scored 3 goals, and they are in the quarterfinals. That is the reality. But there is also another reality. During the match, we felt that every 50-50 play ended up leaning the same way. When there was doubt, the doubt was not in Egypt's favor. When there was a review, it was reviewed with one speed for Argentina and another for us. That feeling on the field is very frustrating." The forward explained that Egypt's anger did not come from one single play, but from an accumulation of moments. Sometimes people watch a match and say, "Well, what was the specific mistake?" But it is not always about one huge decision. Sometimes it is many small decisions that start building a trend. A foul near the box that they don't give you, a yellow card that never appears, a contact that is not even reviewed, an interruption that cuts off your attack. And then, when the opponent falls or protests, everything is looked at more carefully. We all felt that. Salah insisted that Egypt had prepared for the match with the belief that it could eliminate Argentina. "We did not come here to take a picture with Messi. We respect him a lot. I respect him a lot. For me, he is one of the best of all time, and sharing a field with him always has a special meaning. But when the match starts, you cannot play while staring at history. You have to compete. And Egypt competed. Egypt ran, attacked, suffered, came back into the match twice, and forced Argentina to play until the final minute, afraid of losing the lead. Then he spoke more directly about VAR. For me, VAR cannot appear only when it is convenient. VAR has to be a tool of justice, not a tool of selection. If one action is reviewed, everything has to be reviewed with the same standard. If they take time to look at a play in one box, they also have to take time to look at a play in the other box. Today, I did not feel that. I felt that some of our plays were closed too quickly, as if there was nothing to analyze. And when Argentina complained, the match stopped, people talked, they looked, they waited. In a World Cup, that hurts a lot. The Egyptian captain acknowledged that his words could cause noise, but he said he preferred to speak honestly. I know that when someone loses and talks about the refereeing, many people say they are excuses. I understand that. But today I was inside. Today I lived every contact, every complaint, every conversation with the referee. And what I can say is that I did not feel heard. I did not feel that Egypt had the same weight on the field. In a World Cup, every jersey should carry the same weight for the referee. Salah also made it clear that his criticism was not aimed at the Argentine players. I want to separate things. Argentina's players are not to blame for refereeing decisions. They compete, they play, they take advantage of their moments, and they defend their jersey. I respect that. I respect Messi. I respect all of them. They are enormous footballers. But one thing is respecting the opponent, and another thing is staying silent when you feel the match was not handled with balance. I can congratulate Argentina, and at the same time say that the refereeing hurt us. Both things can be true. According to Salah, the greatest anger came from the effort Egypt made to equalize twice. When you are facing Argentina and you come back into the match once, that is already very difficult. When you come back twice, that speaks of a team with soul. We did that. We did not drop our heads. Every time they struck, we responded. And that is why it hurts more. Because we felt the match was alive, that we could take it to an uncomfortable place for them, that we could make history. But every time the match entered that moment of maximum pressure, a decision appeared that cooled us down. Salah avoided saying that the result had been decided beforehand, but he did not soften his conclusion. I'm not going to say there was an order, and I'm not going to talk about things I cannot prove. That is not my style. But I can talk about feelings, about facts from the match, about concrete decisions. And my feeling is clear. The refereeing helped Argentina. Maybe not in a scandalous way for someone watching from the outside. Maybe not with one play everyone can point to tomorrow, but through a sum of standards that left us at a disadvantage. Even so, he closed with a message of pride. Egypt can leave with its head held high. We lost, yes. We are out, yes. But we showed that we could compete against the world champion. We scored 2 goals against Argentina. We forced them to suffer. We forced them to defend. We forced them to watch the clock. Nobody can take that away from us. The elimination hurts, and the way it happened hurts, but I am proud of this group. And before leaving, Salah delivered the line that will surely generate the most reaction. Argentina does not need help. Argentina has too much talent to need it. That is why it hurts more. Because if we had lost only because of football, we would have accepted it. But today, we felt it was not only football. We felt the match was unfair, that the refereeing tilted the field, and that Egypt deserved, at the very least, a clean opportunity to fight until the end.